This is the Apple Watch Series 6, the 6th generation Apple Watch, and as expected, the best Apple Watch yet. It retains the design and features that have made previous gen models so popular and introduces new options such as blood oxygen monitoring, extra watch faces, and even the highly anticipated sleep tracking. But these features are quite limited in their current form. So with the Watch Series 3 and Watch SE now available as cheaper options, is the Watch Series 6 really worth the extra money? Hey everyone, I'm Josh with PhoneArena and I've been using the Apple Watch Series 6 for the past week. The Apple Watch Series 6 boasts a sleek rectangular design with a ceramic panel on the back. Sitting on the left is a speaker, while over on the right is a small button and a digital crown that offers haptic feedback. You can pick up the watch in two sizes, 40mm and 44mm, but these are identical in every way except for the display, which is naturally smaller on the smaller model. Now as for finishes, you can either choose from the cheaper aluminium option or buy one of the more expensive stainless steel or titanium cases. The aluminium is available in space grey, silver and gold, or the new blue and product red colours. Stainless steel cases, on the other hand, can be picked up in graphite, silver and gold. And if money's no issue, there's also the titanium and space black titanium options. As for watch bands, as standard, the Apple Watch ships with a sport band or sport loop of your choice. But again, if you're willing to spend a bit more money, you can now choose from the sport loop or braided sport loop, as well as the more traditional leather and stainless steel bands. Moving on to the Retina display, the panel on the Watch Series 6 looks identical to the ones found on the older Series 4 and Series 5, but Apple has made some changes. Namely, the always-on display has received a boost in brightness. Apple says the feature is now 2.5 times brighter than before, and that's really noticeable in day-to-day use. I'm personally a fan of the infograph modular watch face, which I've configured to show my local 5-day weather forecast, a shortcut to the heart rate app, my fitness rings, the chance of rain, and the time of date. Now, that's a lot of information for a single watch face, but I can see all of it thanks to that brighter always-on display. Speaking of watch faces, watchOS 7 introduces a range of new options including typograph, GMT, count-up, stripes and artist faces. There's also a fun new Memoji option, which isn't my personal favourite, but I can definitely see young children using. On the software side of things, Apple has pre-installed watchOS 7, which brings updated animations that feel really slick. All of that's paired with the new Apple S6 chip, which is the reason the Watch Series 6 is up to 20% faster than its predecessor. In real-world use, the Watch Series 6 feels really fast. Every single app I tried opened up instantaneously, the only exception being the built-in App Store, which can sometimes take a second or two to fully load. Unlike the ECG feature, which is also present on the watch and has been certified by the FDA, the blood oxygen monitoring feature isn't recommended for medical purposes. That means you shouldn't expect the Apple Watch to detect symptoms of any kind. This, of course, also applies to COVID-19, of which low blood oxygen levels can often be a major symptom. Apple instead encourages you to use the feature for general wellness purposes. It works by shining an infrared light through your wrist and measuring the amount that's reflected back from the blood vessels. To take a measurement, simply open the app and press start. The process takes 15 seconds, and to get your best possible reading, rest your wrist on a table and make sure your strap is well adjusted. Now, sometimes you'll get an unsuccessful measurement, as I did several times, but in most cases this is down to your watch being either too low on your wrist or the strap being too tight or too loose. Once you've worked out the sweet spot, which admittedly took me quite a few tries, the measurements are pretty consistent. I got 100% on my first reading, which is perfect, and most of my other readings have been between 95 and 100%. I have had some in the lower 90s, as well as one that measured 86%, but these were mostly taken while I was sleeping without me noticing. That's because, unlike rival watches, the Apple Watch Series 6 keeps on top of your blood oxygen levels throughout the day via background measurements. It's a real shame the watch can't detect symptoms, but measurements above 90% are generally considered healthy, so it's up to you to interpret the data. Sleep tracking isn't an Apple Watch Series 6 exclusive, but rather one that arrives as part of watchOS 7. As soon as bedtime starts, the always-on display deactivates and an analog watch face appears when you tap it. The feature works alongside my iPhone, so it knows when I'm using my phone in bed rather than sleeping, and it also detects when I wake up during the night and logs that time as in bed. However, compared to rival sleep tracking options, it does leave a lot to desire. Samsung and Fitbit have offered more detailed data about sleep quality and how to improve that for quite some time, whereas the Apple Watch simply tells you how long you've slept for. Another thing I found frustrating is that once your alarm is turned off in the morning, it simply stops tracking. Now, admittedly, that does make sense, but if my watch can calculate how many flights of stairs I've climbed in a day, surely it knows how long I've spent in bed after my alarm was turned off. Anyway, that's only me nitpicking. The new sleep tracking feature is good overall, and I'm now much more aware of how much time I spend sleeping each night because of it. The timing of this feature couldn't be any better. Hand washing essentially starts a 20-second timer and encourages you to thoroughly wash your hands. It works by listening out for running water and is generally quite accurate. The animation can sometimes take a few seconds to appear, presumably because the watch is double checking that you are washing your hands, but those missed seconds are accounted for. Everything mentioned in this video so far arrives alongside a range of new fitness options, including dance tracking and core training. These also arrive as part of watchOS 7 and sit alongside more traditional options such as running and cycling. The Apple Watch Series 6 uses VO2 max readings to measure your fitness cardio levels throughout training. An update rolling out later this year will enable notifications that warn you when your VO2 max levels are too low. Apple officially rates the Watch Series 6 for 18 hours of use on a single charge. Now, that's about right if you're working out, but otherwise it should easily last a lot longer. I've averaged about 1.5 days, double the official battery life, without workouts. However, I'm disappointed Apple hasn't made an effort to reach that coveted 48-hour mark. Nevertheless, 36 hours is at least acceptable. The one big improvement comes in the form of faster charging. Apple has increased speeds, and 1 hour will now take the watch from 0 to 80%. A full charge, on the other hand, now takes 90 minutes instead of 2 hours. That still isn't incredibly fast, and I've often found myself charging throughout the day rather than leaving the watch on the surface for 90 minutes, but it's an improvement nevertheless. Also, there's one downside that's worth mentioning. Apple has removed the power adapter from the box, citing environmental reasons, which means you'll have to make do with an existing power adapter. So, this is the Apple Watch Series 6, arguably the best smartwatch on the market right now. For a more detailed review, check out the link in the description below. What are your thoughts on the smartwatch? Is blood oxygen really worth the extra money? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'm Josh with PhoneArena, thank you for watching.